Hi, my name is Yasleen Elise with Century 21 Connect Realty, and welcome to the first episode of Getting Real about Atlanta. When I first moved to Atlanta, I had a certain level of expectation, as I'm sure a lot of people did. I felt like, okay, this is the South. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. Thought everybody was friendly just like me. I could just stop people and say, hey, can you tell me how to get to such and such? Oh, I don't know. But you live here, so how do you not know? Ran into a lot of that. Another thing I ran into, sticker shock on the rent. Oh my, I found out the hard way. Living out in suburbs sounds kind of bougie, and to a certain degree it is, but it is often cheaper depending on, your budget and again, expectation. My expectation, I'm feeling like I did when I was in Alabama. Oh, I could find a 2-bedroom apartment for $395 a month. They laughed at me. They laughed at me many times. I found out I would definitely need to increase my earnings so I could keep up with the amount of rent it takes to maintain here, at least at a certain level anyway. That was one of the reasons why I went into real estate, because I wanted to set the expectation for people and not see them get frustrated as I was, not really having the guidance. When I moved here, it was just me and my son. That was it. I had no family here. I had no friends here. It was me and my son, 4 years old. I was working at the Westin, working a night shift at that, 2 p.m. to 12 a or past. Now, when I moved here, luckily there were several childcare facilities that stayed open 24/7. So that helped me out tremendously, whether it was during the week or on the weekend. That is an awesome help when you are a single parent here. But that's the real of Atlanta. Atlanta is a 24/7 city. And that's why I fell in love with it so quickly. So I moved on to move here, and I was good for a while, but it did take a while for me to get around and to be able to learn where to live, where not to live, where to go, where not to go, what time you need to really be in depending on where you are. Find out about the churches, some of the best employers, and I have to give Marta the utmost respect. Marta saved my life. I didn't know where I would be going a lot, but I learned those rail lines. Sure did. That is the real. That is part of the real of Atlanta. You getting around will make you or break you. And that's just the truth. That's the way it is. But what I wanted to talk to you about, just in getting around Atlanta, learning Atlanta, what I found out, it was very interesting to get involved with clubs and organizations. That's how I really began to meet people, and this felt more like home versus just somewhere I just upped and moved because they offered me a job and good benefits, I might add. When I became members of clubs and organizations, I met people who, like me, were not from here, and we kind of helped each other to get around. Most of the friends I began to make were people I met at work or people I met at church, and who have become my family that I did not have, because it was just me and my son, who was 4 years old when we moved here. I had no friends, no family, nothing. It was just me. It was all on me. And that was a very, very scary thing. And even my dad, before he passed, he told me, you know what? You were so brave to move over there with you and that baby. You don't have nobody, but you still moving forward. And I will admit, moving to Atlanta has made me a much stronger person than I was before I moved here. I've had had to be more analytical. I've had to just lean on me and pull up by my bootstraps on more than one occasion. Living in Atlanta really is a wonderful experience. There is always something going on. I don't think I've passed downtown at any point on a weekend when traffic wasn't backed up. There is always something going on. So make sure you get involved. Don't isolate when you first get here just out of fear, whether it's joining a church, being a volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club. And they, again, I must give them a shout out. Wonderful, 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 wonderful organization. Mr. Earl Bynum was the director of the Boys and Girls Club my son attended. And he was a very strong role model. He kept him in line. I loved their organization. I really did. They had great hours. At that time, they would stay open till 9 o'clock at night. For a working single parent who might not have got off until sometimes 7 o'clock or maybe 8 o'clock, that was a definite comfort for me because I didn't have to spaz out about, oh my God, after school care, is per minute. Have you been there? I know I have. Come sliding in the door, literally at 5 o'clock or 5:01. Oh, you gotta pay. So I would definitely encourage newbies to seek out those type of organizations to plant their children in. They have wonderful activities. My son was very enamored with swimming at one time, and they had a great aquatics program that he participated in and won several medals and did very well with it. Had I not moved here and been a part of that club, he would have never had that opportunity. It definitely opens your eyes to what's possible as well as your children. Another thing, when you move here initially in Atlanta, it is very, very important to locate your landmarks. For me, it was the Westin because that's where I worked. As long as I could see the Westin, I was okay. I was good. I was really good because I knew if I could find my way to work, I can find my way anywhere else. So that was my landmark. The third thing that I would encourage you to do when you first move here to Atlanta is give yourself some time. Don't try to do it all at once. Don't try to learn modern. Don't try to go or drive all the way around 285, 400, 20, 85, 400, all at one time. Now, you may be forced to do that, but pace yourself. Pace yourself. There will be plenty enough time. Make sure that you have been able to find out how to get to work, how to get to church, how to get to the grocery store, how to get to your doctor's office. Those are the basic things that you need in order to be able to function here in Atlanta as far as, what's the real behind moving to Atlanta. It's very glamorous here sometimes. And then it can be very cold. You have to know how to position yourself to get through those times. And you will have them. You will, but that's just a part of life. That really has nothing to do with Atlanta. That's just a part of life. So my tips for today on the real of Atlanta: get involved, know your landmarks, and give yourself some time to learn how to get around Atlanta and really be safe and have fun. There is a lot to do here. There is a lot to see here. You cannot do it all in one day. You can't. For more information on the real of Atlanta, you can continue to tune into this YouTube channel because there will be at least 3 episodes a week, and I'll go over different topics on the real of Atlanta. Well, until next time, I'm Yaslina Lease with Century 21 Connect Realty. Feel free to come by and see me here at my office at 880 Holcomb Bridge Road, Roswell, Georgia, Suite B150. We are in the same plaza as Brookwood Grill, who is out. You got to try their sand. Awesome, 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 awesome. Well, until next time.